the Chase Thomas Podcast, for people who have nothing but time to kill.
Neutral site games.
Okay, I was gonna say like NC State just like
games.
Does anyone hate NC State? Yeah, they're just there. They're not harming anybody.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't care less about NC State.
Yeah. Shout out to Dalton Bargo though. I hope he balls out for NC State this year.
Yeah, maybe.
It's gonna be fun.
God, I just wish he just slumps so bad at the wrong time. It just sucks.
And it's like he batted 300 in SEC play. Like Dalton Bargo was good for Tennessee last year.
He was Tennessee's best hitter in SEC play.
Yeah. He slumped at the worst possible time. Dalton Bargo was good for Tennessee last year. I will die on this hill. Dalton Bargo was good. He just bad timing. Timing.
Agreed.
More important, final two here for you guys. Josephs, I thought this was really fascinating. Joshua Josephs with 10 plus sacks as a breakout sacks guy this year, or Jermod McCoy playing in 10 plus games for Tennessee. What would be a bigger development for Tennessee and their win-loss record for you guys? Go first, Caleb.
A bigger development would be Joseph's.
Yeah,
for sure. Jermod, I think they'll try to pace, especially early on in the season, until they know he's 100%. That would be the bigger development. I think Jermod McCoy is more likely to play in 10 plus games than Josh. If they rotate like they did last year on the defensive line, I don't think there's a chance he gets 10 plus.
But if he breaks out like a 7 plus sack guy, like
that'd
7,
be wonderful.
That's more important than Jermod playing in 10 plus games because I think of where they're at corner.
Yeah,
especially if they all come in big games.
Yes,
like if he has, I mean, I trying to remember because we looked it up, Landon. The sack split last year.
I mean, he only has like 3 sacks total at Tennessee over 3 years.
That's crazy. Would not have guessed that.
But he led the team in TFLs last year, though, right? Like he was more of a defensive end
and good run defender. Like he does everything. Josh James is good.
James Pierce Jr. Like his sacks, he made them all pretty much in SEC games the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So if it's
him and Barron
teamed
up for 17 and a half in 23.
But if it's 7 and his split is like that, then that's incredible for Tennessee.
Yeah. I think that's a bigger development. Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, if he has 10 plus sacks, I think Tennessee has one of the best defensive lines in the country.
Yeah.
Because I think I don't really worry about that group, but if you have a guy that's that dominant off the edge, which I think is maybe the only place that they might lack is just an all-out superstar off the edge. If you have that, I feel like Tennessee is – I mean, that their defense could be better than last year.
Yeah.
Because I think the linebackers are. I think the safeties are going to be better. Corners should be the same, if not better, depending on what McCoy does. So I think if your defensive line is just as good, Tennessee's defense is better.
If their third down rabbits package is Jordan Ross on one side and Joshua Josephs on the other, and then David Hobbs and maybe Dominic Bailey or something in the interior, and that all works to what it could be, that's huge for Tennessee. Because I think they really need Jordan Ross to pop on third down, obvious passing downs. I think he has the highest upside. He has the most James Pierce-like ceiling for that group. I think they really need him to take a step. But to me, and this is kind of what I it's not really a worry because I'm not in the business of worrying about Rodney Garner and Coach Chop.
Sure.
But I do think last year you had a first and second round guy rushing the passer on key downs. Like Omar Norman-Lott, they don't have an obvious replacement there. And I think a lot of people I love Bryson Eason and Jackson Moy. Like I think they're both good dudes and good leaders. I think Dominic Bailey, good dude, good leader. Joshua Josephs, good dude, good leader. But this is like an entire defensive line of bridge guys. Like all of them. They're all bridge guys. They're all B pluses. I think I would probably throw Joshua Josephs as like an A minus. Dominic Bailey, there's not another step there. Like he's 23. He is what he is. He's a good player, just not going to be a game record, not someone who's going to be on key third downs for Tennessee. Bryson Eason, probably not going to be that guy rushing the passer. Good against the run. Probably not going to take that final leap of like just a no more Norman-Lott. Jackson Moy, good player, but again, just not. I don't think he has that final A plus, like second round, third round gear to his game. But all the guys behind them, like I'm super excited. Like Marion Dye, Tyree Weathersby, Isaiah Campbell, Ethan Utley, David Hobbs, Caleb Herring, Jordan Ross, Christian Gass. Like they have so much like big time and talent behind them that I'm really excited. I'm curious how Rodney and Chop balances this because they're going to push those guys and you're going to have to rotate them in because they're going to like those are the first guys off the bus. When you look at Isaiah Campbell and Marion Dye right now, you're like, they don't look like true freshmen. And like I'm very bullish on Dye at strong side defensive end in year 2 and year 3 at Tennessee. And Weathersby, by all accounts, has had a great camp, and he's a forgotten 4-star who was flashing as a true freshman before he got hurt, and it's taken him a long time to get back. But I wonder how Gardner and Chop balances the kind of known leaders who don't have the same level of upside. And because you will not be able to get away with what they did last year, where they sent 4 primarily. Like they were not a heavy blitzing team. If your main 4 is this 4, you cannot live like that. You will get sliced and diced. They are not getting home. That is not going to be a recipe for sacks and that kind of QB pressure that you're going to need in that back end. So you're going to have to send people. And I wonder how that looks. I wonder how Garner and Chop handles that, because they have a lot of young talent behind them, but they also need to play these older guys and let them flourish. So it's going to be a balancing act. It's going to be a little bit different.
I like Jackson Moy to be like, he kind of reminds me of Omar Norman Law. Like he transferred from out west.
Yeah.
You know, he kind of had like an okay season before that. And then next year he broke out like that could be the same thing. And I think that's probably the most important guy along that defensive line besides Joshua Josephs is Jackson Moy, because I think he can be that pass rusher that you kind of need on those third downs that you were talking about.
I like it. Final thing, and we'll get out of here.
Nicely done, nephew. The Chase Thomas Podcast. Hell yeah.